Today on Divorce Court.
Me and Rayvon did meet on Instagram. Originally, we were just friends.
She slid in my DM. I've seen her pictures and everything.
That's just how he is. He likes to talk to women on social media, but you're married now, so just give it up.
Sometimes I'm not even on social media when she thinks I'm on social media.
I get really frustrated every time I see him on social media because I know what he's doing.
I do cheat every now and then, but it's because, you know, I'm damaged.
If he doesn't stop cheating, then I'll just have to walk away. I can't take it anymore.
This marriage could work. It's just she has to trust me.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Toler Welch and Rayvon Welch. The two of you have been together 4.5 years, but married for 4. So you got married soon after you met. You have 2 children together. You are in trouble. Mrs. Welch, why don't I start with you? Tell me why you're here in divorce court today.
Well, Your Honor, I'm here today because I just can't take the social media, the constant entertaining of other women on social media that my husband does, and it's driving me crazy. If he doesn't change soon, I'm not going to have any choice but to walk away.
Walk me through some of the most egregious errors that he's made on social media.
Oh, my goodness. One of the things that he's done was he called himself being the Uber of Facebook. So a woman would post, oh, I need a ride. If anybody can, you know, I'll give you $40 for a ride.
God.
And they're these beautiful single women. I'll give you $40 for a ride. My husband inboxes them immediately. Where you trying to go? And I'll tell him, that's unacceptable. I don't like it, and stop. And of course, it'll happen.
Is that a thing now?
Never heard of that.
Is that a thing people doing off the books, raggedy, you know, fake Lyft driving? Ride-sharing thing?
Dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Is it a thing?
I guess so. I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't put myself in harm's way.
Are you taking women places?
Well, Your Honor, it's like this. Taylor has trust issues with me being of what I do as far as me trying to run my own business.
What do you do?
I'm a music artist.
You a musician?
I'm an engineer.
You're an engineer?
Yes.
So you produce beats?
Yes. And I produce live shows and everything. So with that being said, it's a lot of women, you know, that's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at the smile on your
It probably will.
face.
Absolutely. There probably is women that's like, oh, Rayvon, I just love your music.
But you're not just gonna take
man.
anybody to where they gotta go. Well, I don't know where she calling it, Uber or
The Facebook
Lyft.
Uber.
Facebook Uber.
I got you.
I don't know.
Tell me some other mistakes that he's made that you've caught him in.
So this woman, he tried to make me feel comfortable. Oh, this is the only thing I'm doing. I'm just giving her rides. This is what it is. And I accepted it. I said, you know what? I'm going to let my guard down. I'm going to trust my husband and what he's telling me. I stumbled, she left her phone in his car one night, and it was late.
See?
It was late.
Allow your wife to finish.
It was late. She left his phone in the car. He came home, passed out. I don't know if they had drinks or what it was. But she texted his phone and said, hey, I left my phone in your car. And I'm like, so I'm going through the messages, and prior to the day, he said, hey, something to the effect, don't worry, Daddy's gonna come over there and take care of it. And she's like, oh, thank you, because Mommy's gonna have your back all day. Well, I call him Daddy, and he calls me Mommy, so why is it that you and another woman are talking like that? It shouldn't be that way.
Mr. Welch, would you like to respond to that?
I don't know what she's talking about. And maybe it's an exaggeration.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
But as far
right
as...
here.
What is that, Photoshop? What is that, Photoshop?
Yeah, that's what he said. If you're gonna run around, at least be slick about it, you know.
I mean, you know...
Those are the things that are happening, right?
So much as, you know, it's just like when I'm having a conversation with another woman,
right,
as far as on the business level, they kind of get carried away, you know, you know what I'm saying, by saying extra things and everything. But
did they get carried away or did he get carried?
That leads her to believe that I'm flirting back when I'm really not.
When you're really not.
Right.
So you have not stepped out on your marriage at all in the 4 years that you've been married.
I'm not gonna say that I haven't because I have. When we first got together, everything was like we was inseparable. Like, you know what I'm saying? She made me macaroni. I love her macaroni. You know what I'm saying? And
is that enough, Nick, just to make you macaroni and that's it?
Good macaroni? Yeah. But, you know, it's just like, she does everything for a wife's supposed to do, like, you know, take care of home and everything. But what leads me to my actions is because, you know, she had one of her ex-boyfriends she used to write letters to, saying how she used to miss him. And
while you were married?
A few weeks after we got married.
Did you do that?
I did. I wrote a letter to my ex. It was about a month after we did get married. And
what for?
I don't know. I think that I was just like, oh my God, I just got married, and what if I walked out on the person that I should have been with? And it was. Isn't
that something you do before you get married to decide whether or not the last cat you were with was the cat you wanted?
Yes, ma'am.
Holy cow!
I admit it. It was a mistake. I apologized to my husband. I told him that I saw the way it made him feel. It hurt him deeply, and I regretted it. I told him that I would never do anything to ever hurt him again, and I stood by that word.
Did you really feel that way, though?
I don't think I did. I think I was just scared and was like, okay, I'm finally moving on now, and I think I was just scared of that because when you spend a lot of time with
she was still into her ex.
I understand, Mr. Welch, pay attention. I understand that you believe that whatever infidelities you committed were a function of the fact that you were hurt by that letter. That I believe. The question we have to answer now is, what is the extent of your infidelities? And I understand you have a videotape of the actual sex act with another woman. Did you actually find a videotape of your husband having sex with another woman?
I did find a videotape of him getting a sexual act.
It wasn't you?
It wasn't me.
So, Mrs. Welch, did you actually find a videotape of your husband having sex with another woman?
I did find a videotape. It wasn't of sex. It was of a different act. His friend's birthday came up, and he said, hey, I'm going to, you know, if you don't mind, I'm going to take your car and go hang out, you know, hang out with my friend for his birthday. I said, okay. And I would say probably about 2 or 3 days later, I went through his messenger on Facebook, and he sent a video to the friend that he was supposed to be with that night, a video of him getting a sexual act.
Oral sex?
I don't recall.
Oral sex is sex. That's why they call it oral sex. It's just with a different orifice. That, you know, but it wasn't you?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
So I guess I just made it up.
I don't know what she talking about.
I made it up.
Probably a picture.
It was a picture too, but
I don't know if it's a video. Probably a picture, but it's probably like, you know, more like she contacted that ex, set fuel to the fire, so they got to arguing. And so she sent that video to her.
I don't even know who the woman in the video was.
I got you. Mr. Wilson, you said that because of that letter, you did do some wrong stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
What wrong stuff are you willing to cop to? Is there anything you're willing to say, yeah, I did that? That's against the code, isn't it?
I know, but, you know, at the end of the day, she hurt me. I wanted to make her hurt as much as she hurt me.
And I get that. How long does that last?
Right.
I mean, how many times do you have to hurt her back because of that letter?
Because of a letter.
I mean, it's more to that. It's deeper than that letter, what she said about, you know what I'm saying, about me to that ex.
Right, yeah. And how long does that last?
I don't know.
I don't know what I don't know. She called you a B and an H and an idiot and a fool and an ignoramus. Anything she could have called you. That was almost 5 years ago. I'm asking you, how often are you going to be able to hurt her before you feel even?
Oh, I'm not trying to hurt her no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to move past that.
When's the last time you did something inappropriate outside of your marriage?
Probably like a year and a half.
A year and a half? Has he been cool for a year and a half?
I think that he hasn't physically cheated in a year and a half, but about,
It's all that
about 3
texting
weeks
and
ago, he
inboxing.
was just texting some chick on Messenger, calling her mommy and what you cooking me for, you know, what you cooking. And
Do you do that?
you can't deny that one,
I don't know
really.
what she talk about. I don't know what she talk. Unless she could pull another paper up saying that she. I don't know what she.
You don't know
about.
nothing.
No.
You don't know nothing. What do
Wow.
you think is the primary problem in this relationship?
She more at like, you know, she's controlling, insecure. You know, she don't trust me as far as me stepping out the house for like at least 10 minutes, 20 minutes,
Exactly.
30 minutes maybe so.
But you do,
Exactly.
you admit that for about 3 years there, you did mess around on her.
Yeah.
So that's like saying, you know, how dare you bleed on me after I shot you? You shot her and you shot her and you shot her. Every
Still
time
bleeding on
that she saw somebody else, you shot her. So she's bleeding. That, you know, when you cheat on somebody, you lead them to believe that you're a cheater because that's in fact what you are. And therefore, they have no reason to trust you. So you have no one to blame for her lack of trust but you. I wanted to come out here and show some compassion for you until you came out here with all this who shot John about that letter. Grow up! Would you write a farewell letter to your ex after you got married? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. You know, I read your paperwork, and I wanted to come out here and show some compassion for you because you were young, and you were messing up, and you got married too soon, and you're in a lifestyle where a lot of women are shooting at you and all this kind of stuff. And I was going to try to talk about leveling up and being a man and being able to say no and understanding what a commitment is until you came out here with all this who shot John about that letter. Grow up. Grow up. She hurt my feelings a half a decade ago, and I'm such a small person. I'm so less than a man that I can't get over what someone said about me 4 years ago. I'm that small. I'm that insecure. I don't have anything else going for me because that's just hammering in my head. It's not an insignificant, once past thought. It is a constant shining beacon of distress and disorder in my mind, and therefore I have to drop my pants at every occasion and type to every woman I can see because I don't feel good about myself. Grow up! Jeez! You know, the question isn't how small you can be. The question isn't how many women you can run around with. The question isn't how many excuses you can give for not being the best man that you can be. The question is, what do you overcome? The question is, what do you deny yourself? The question is, what do you achieve? Everybody asking the wrong question. I'm done. Now, something other than that letter, my brother. Say something about the state of your marriage that you believe I need to address because she is upset and she wants to go. Say something other than that letter.
She wouldn't come home at night. You know, she would stay out all night. I would be, you know, at the house. She would keep me at the house watching my kids to keep me from going out. So she'll stay out all night doing who knows what.
Is this a frequent thing?
It used to be occasional.
No,
It used to be occasional,
twice. It happened
which means
twice,
it
Your
wasn't
Honor.
frequent.
No.
Twice.
Twice?
Occasional.
Twice.
Occasional.
You know you're an error hoarder, right? An error hoarder. She does one thing wrong, and you take it and you chisel it into the wall, and no matter what wrong you do, you say, you made a mistake. I can't forgive you. I ain't getting over it because I'm a small man, and I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to do wrong after wrong after wrong. Yeah, but you got that error over there. And then 2, 3 years later, she goes out one night, all night. She does what you've been doing all along. Yo, 2 mistakes over there. So I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, with whomever I want. Because you're an error hoarder. Error hoarders end up very unhappy. Error hoarders end up alone. Now I'm gonna fuss at you.
Yes, ma'am.
There's this thing I called the process of installation. And I do believe you got installed. Installation occurs when a guy sees somebody he likes. She comes hard and strong with the wifely duty. She make the great mac and cheese. She clean the house. She's down for a man. She's solid. She's working. You working, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Guy says, that's good home base. Slips a ring on her finger, quick, fast, in a hurry, and then continues to do as he pleases because you've been installed as the best appliance that he has. A sex-having, money-making, mac and cheese serving, solid sister that's gonna stay no matter what he does. Now that I've done fussing with everybody, I'm gonna try to make everybody happy. How many times would you tolerate your spouse cheating on you? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I know what your history is. I know you came from a cut-up, choppy family and you were disassembled, and you don't want that life for your children. You want a home. You want a solid center. And I actually think this brother can give it to you. I think he has to grow up a bit, but he's given you a year and a half. Don't keep reaching back. Stay on that year and a half. It seems sad that you would have to applaud a brother for a year and a half worth of fidelity out of a 4-year marriage, but you do. And to the extent he has shown himself trustworthy, you go ahead and trust him because you know if the next thing happened, the next picture with the girl, the next way, you have the ability to go. You have the money. I know you the stable income in this sucker. And I think that this man is going to take that and do the right thing. He's going to level up. He's not going to take our community that's already shredded and tear it asunder even further. I think he's man enough not to be just another brother that runs around impregnating folks and not treating folks well and not treating his family, because your children are only as stable as the mother that holds them. And I think you love your children enough not to tear her into pieces. I think you're man enough for you not to be the poster boy for what's wrong in our community. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that. And I want to stay in touch with you, and I want to stay in touch with you, and I want you to prove me right.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you're man enough to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
I got faith in you. Be worthy of it. Be worthy of her.
Trying.
This matter's adjourned.
And do you think he heard what Judge Lynn had to say?
I'm not sure. He's got tough skin. He's hard to get through to, but hopefully she was tough enough to get to him.
How do you feel after what Judge Lynn had to say today?
I believe that Judge is right, and some stuff that I need to work on, clean my laundry up.